Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Wrestling vs. the World podcast. If you're all enjoying your day, sweet. If not, well, what the hell ever. I'm going to try my best to do this episode. Allergies are kicking in when I'm recording this, but it's early May, and a lot of releases have gone on. Because as of May 2nd, 3rd-ish, we've hit a second full wave of superstars in the WWE being given either their release or being told their contract is not being renewed. So I wanted to go through the list of everything about the people that have been released so far and give some thoughts on some of them. Because some I'm going to have an easier time talking about than others. So first that we got on the list, and this is coming from Wrestlepedia.fandom.com. They got a WWE alumni section per year. First we got Duke Hudson. The only thing I've seen from him was the ending where he got his head shaved after losing a match to Trevor Lee. So I don't really know much about Duke Hudson or anybody within the NXT brand. Cedric Alexander. He became the last member of the original Hurt Business to get released. It never really, outside of the Hurt Business, it never felt like he really had a position, especially after the 205 Live division was finally done. So it just felt like he was floating around doing nothing. He had no real direction because no stables are shown to particularly be exclusive to. Akam and Razor, the Authors of Pain, got released. I know they tried to give him something to do by being in that group with Karrion Kross and Scarlett, and they brought back in Paul Ellering, but it just felt like they came back for nothing. Because, you saw, from what I've seen, they've been dominant in NXT, but they just came back, joined this group, and didn't really do anything of note. Because, they also got rid of Paul Ellering with them, so it was just why did you guys bring them back if they had no direction? You got Sonya Deville. She either got released or her contract expired. This was a shame. I always liked Sonya. And I know there was somebody on Twitter that was trying to show screenshots of everybody got released recently, especially the females, trying to say, oh, all these women were the LGBTQI plus community. The only names I could tell that were in the community that got released were Sonya Deville, Shayna Baszler, who we'll get to in a bit, and Tegan Nox. But then he showed Blair Davenport and Katie Carter, Katana Chance, and some. It's just no, not every woman is in the community. But Sonya Deville getting released, that's a shame. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. Why did they come back? They suddenly came back, and the only thing I remember was that Luke Gallows got slammed by Rhea Ripley shortly after coming back. This was Luke Gallows' second or third time with the company, because he did the fake cane, he was Festus, he became Luke Gallows, got released after the Straight Edge Society broke up, came back, did the tag team thing with Carl Anderson. That did that had some promise, but not immediately, and then they got released. Then they come back, and then now they pretty much did nothing again. Giovanni Vinci. The only thing I remember was Imperium. I saw that, I think somebody mentioned that he got repackaged in NXT and it felt like it went nowhere, then all of a sudden he's gone. It was just why rebrand somebody if they've got nothing for them? You invest time in hyping them up, saying they're coming back and they're changing everything, but nothing really goes down. I don't get it. Isla Dawn was in a tag team with Alba Fire. She suddenly got let go. I don't know the explanation there. Elektra Lopez, I honestly am not familiar with her, so let's leave that. Shayna Baszler getting released. I never really followed much with her. I felt the only thing significant that she did really during her main roster time was win the Elimination Chamber in dominant fashion and be in the tag team with Ronda Rousey. But other than that, what else do you guys really remember from a main roster run? I couldn't really name anything else. Braun Strowman. Another name that got brought back that felt for nothing because you only remember maybe 2 feuds that he was involved in. And, involving Jacob Fatu and, the guy who does the tsunami. The big Bronson Reed. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking about Goofy Face Man because that's how he always referred to him. It's a shame, he had, maybe one WrestleMania match. He came back. He was there during the Bray Wyatt tribute show. But he didn't really do anything during this time around. Because, he spent a good amount of time injured, and all of a sudden he's gone again. Cora Jade. This one was a bit of a surprise. Because, in NXT, she was in NXT and did stuff at TNA because of this cross-promotion thing, and all of a sudden she's gone. And it's just like, what came to this choice? Like, I hope she's going to be alright. Joe and Mark Coffey, or however the last name is pronounced, I don't know anything about them, so I'm going to skip that. Wolfgang, same thing. Gigi Dolan. I think I've seen some stuff of hers. Like, I think she did stuff with Shotzi and Tatum Paxley. I think it was like Chemical X or whatever it was called. Which I think, isn't that like the name of that ingredient that got added to the Powerpuff Girls back in the day, or am I misremembering? But I don't really know much outside of that. Riley Osborne, Jakara Jackson, don't know really much about them. Katana Chance and Kaden Carter, both getting released. So there goes the full tag team that was actually active and being on television and actually had name recognition, especially as an overall tag team, gone. What's happening here? Dakota Kai, I know this one's got everybody up in arms, because now that means that like one of the original 5 members of the Damage Control is gone. And we saw recent tweets saying that she wasn't even hurt or anything. She was just off on the sidelines after the company already claimed that they don't bench anybody, so we know that was a lie. And all of a sudden, after she reveals that she's not hurt, she's gone. It's like, that's a massive shame. And now it's been recently revealed that Shotzi is apparently not having her contract renewed. So Shotzi Blackheart is also gone. Woman that actually decided to shave her head as something in honor of her sister. And I don't really remember much else that she did on the main roster either, to be honest. But you look at a lot of these names, there were people that were either brought back and did little to nothing, or they're women, which is going to be hard because, I think they announced that they're going to have another Evolution pay-per-view. It's like, how are you going to do that when a lot of the women that you had there are no longer there now, like Shotzi and Dakota and Cora Jade, so on and so forth. And also, that's women to be in the division, to be competing for these championships and everything. The Women's Intercontinental United States and the tag titles, which I wish would finally just go. Because, like, even we saw at WrestleMania, they changed hands, like, to Lyra and Becky, and then the next night they changed back. Like, you actually had a tag team with Katana Chance and Kaden Carter within this division, and now they're gone. Just like, are you still going to try to keep the women's tag division going with the limited roster you got now and just have women constantly getting thrown together? Because if so, that's sad. So it's just like, this is just weird. Like, some of these names, like I said, are kind of baffling. And I know the WWE does spring cleaning, especially around this time of the year after WrestleMania. So it's like nothing new, but it's just like, I hate it when they try to use budget cuts as a reason, like it is an excuse to cut people. Especially when they're making record profits. Like, we get this criticism for these companies all the time. They tout that they're making a bunch of money and everything, but then all of a sudden afterwards, they cut people saying budget cuts. It's like, where exactly are you guys doing budget cuts that cause these people to be released from their contracts and no longer be employed? Like, I can understand if you legitimately have nothing for these people, like, per creative, because that's a constant go-to excuse, but budget cuts when you guys are making a lot more money than you've been doing back during the final years of Vince McMahon being in power, especially because of how fans have been become uninterested in wrestling compared to now, it's hard to really defend that and accept that as a reason to release people, even for spring cleaning. So it's just like, you could just call it for what it is. Just say that you're releasing people that you don't really have plans for. Because, like, that's something acceptable. Why keep somebody around if they're just going to be doing nothing? But when you say budget cuts, it's hard to accept that as an answer because that raises eyebrows, especially for a company as big as WWE. So, let me know in the comment section below, what do you all think about all these releases that have been happening so far as of 2025, the first half? And I apologize if my voice sounds scratchy. Like I said, allergies are a pain. Anyway, let me know what you all thought in the comment section below. If you enjoyed today's episode, folks, please remember to leave a like, subscribe to the bell, turn on here on YouTube, comment what you thought below about all this, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for listening, folks. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out, and good day, everybody.